kept both my hands on the rope till they bled, living on promises that you had said. I stood on the shoreline and pulled at the weight, believing that love could outmaneuver our fate. You let go so slowly I didn't quite see a slack in the line that was wrapping round me. I thought we were fighting the same heavy tide, that I was the only one pulling inside. I could have fought monsters, I could have faced storms, I could have kept pushing through freezing alarms. If I knew your fingers were gripping the stone, but you left me carrying the mountain alone. The anchor was heavy, the current was fast, and a one-sided promise was never gonna last. My palms are completely torn open and bare, because I was holding a love that wasn't there. I gave it my all, but the weight turned to stone, and I couldn't hold on alone. The moment I let go, the silence was deep, like waking up from a long, terrifying sleep. I watched the line vanish down into the blue, taking the last of the version of you. It wasn't a failure of willpower or heart, it was just physics tearing the structure apart. You can't save a castle that's built on the mud when only one person is giving their blood. Well, look at the wreckage and say that I quit, that I didn't have courage to stay in the pit. But there is a difference between standing true and drowning yourself for a ghost who won't move. I could have fought monsters, I could have faced storms, I could have kept pushing through freezing alarms. If I knew your fingers were gripping the stone, but you left me carrying the mountain alone. The anchor was held, the current was blast, and a one-sided promise was never gonna last. My palms are completely torn open and bare, because I was holding a love that wasn't there. I gave it my all, but the weight turned to stone, and I couldn't hold on alone. My hands are empty now, the rope is gone, the water is still, a quiet defeat on a cold, lonely hill. I'm wrapping the bandages over the skin, learning where me has to finally begin. And I couldn't hold on alone, and I'm letting it sink. I thought the worst was over months ago, when I watched your taillights vanish in the snow. I buried all the pain and closed the door, and learned to walk across the kitchen floor. But then I smell your coffee on the breeze, or hear a melody that brings me to my knees. And just like that, the stitches start to tear in, and I'm right back to the night you weren't there. I've said goodbye 1,000 times before, in my head, in my dreams, and at the door. But every little memory is a trap that pulls me right back across the map, just when I think I'm standing on my own. The shadow falls and leaves me all alone. It's a never-ending cycle of the pain, because I keep losing you again. You slip away when morning clears the night. You vanish when I turn on the lights. I lose you in the crowd on every street, and every single stranger that I meet. I'm trapped to watch you leave 100 ways across 100 cold and lonely days. It's a slow motion haunting in my chest, a ghost that simply will not let me rest. How many times do I have to feel you go? How many breakups does one heart get to know? I'm trapped inside a loop that never ends, where the healing stops and the breaking begins. I've said goodbye 1,000 times before, in my head, in my dreams, and at the door. But every little memory is a trap that pulls me right back across the map, just when I think I'm standing on my own. The shadow falls and leaves me all alone. It's a never-ending cycle of the pain, because I keep losing you again. Over and over, just when I think the bleeding finally stops, the sky opens up and the hammer drops. Another day without you starts to spin, and I am losing you. Yeah, I'm losing you again. could stretch this far before it snapped against the dashboard of your car. I took the hits, I swallowed down the pride and hid the bruises that were growing deep inside. I thought that keeping quiet was a holy form of grace. As I watched the color slowly vanish from your face, I gave you every single ounce of breath that I could spare, until I was a hollow shadow standing in the air. I didn't stop when it got heavy, I didn't pull the brake. I justified the bleeding for every promise that you'd make. I thought the agony was proof that we were something true, that a little bit of torture was the price of loving you. But now I'm looking at the wreckage, standing in the dark, realizing the disaster of the boundaries that I had. I didn't have a safety net, I didn't have a shirt. The truth is, my darling, I loved you until it hurt. It hurt to watch you turn your back when morning brought the light. It hurt to be the option that you only chose at night. I altered my identity to fit your shifting moods, and spend my life delivering your favorite interludes. My friends all saw the emergency, the flashing lights of red, but I preferred the comfort of the nightmare in our bed. I pushed past the exhaustion and I pushed past the design, until the pain of us was the only thing that felt like mine. They say that love is patient, they say that love is kind. What they don't tell you how it ruins your internal mind. I leaned into the jagged edge until the bone was bare, believing that the sacrifice would make you care. I didn't stop when it got heavy, I didn't pull the brake. I justified the bleeding for every promise that you'd make. I thought the agony was proof that we were something true, that a little bit of torture was the price of loving you. But now I'm looking at the wreckage, standing in the dark, realizing the disaster of the boundaries that I had. I didn't have a safety net, I didn't have a shirt. The truth is, my darling, I loved you until it hurt. And it still hurts. But it's a different kind of aching than the one I used to keep. A quiet type of healing as I finally fall asleep. No longer trading away my soul to keep your fire lit. I'm picking up my pieces from the bottom of the pit. I loved you until it hurt. Now I'm done. I didn't just lose the hand that I held, or the beautiful house where our memories dwelled. I lost the horizon we started to draw, a shadow of things that we never quite saw. We were 3 chapters into a beautiful book, right on the edge of the turning we took. I'm mourning the wedding that never took place, and the look of maturity missing your face. It's a different sadness to grieve a goodbye for a promise that didn't even get time to die. I'm not just missing the days that are past, or the summers we knew that vanished too fast. I'm crying for futures we didn't unlock, for the kid we would walk around the city block. I'm stuck at the starting line, starting to run, mourning the story that hadn't begun. I miss the history we didn't get to run, but most of all, darling, I miss what we were becoming. We were shifting from lovers to something more deep, a permanent rhythm we promised to keep. Outgrowing the drama, outgrowing the games, learning the gravity inside our names. I saw the version of you at 35, when the roots would be deep and the garden alive. Now the person is gone like a vapor in air, a beautiful stranger who never got there. It's easy to heal from a thing that was real. You can map out the damage, you know what to feel. But how do you bury a ghost of a plan, an unwritten life of a woman and man? It's a different sadness to grieve a goodbye for a promise that didn't even get time to die. I'm not just missing the days that are past, or the summers we knew that vanished too fast. I'm crying for futures we didn't unlock, for the kid we would walk around the city block. I'm stuck at the starting line, starting to run, mourning the story that hadn't begun. I miss the history we didn't get to run, but most of all, darling, I miss what we were becoming. The unwritten years, just fading away into thin, empty space. A family portrait with no human face. We were so close to the solid and true, before the potential just bled out of you. I miss what we were becoming. We were almost there. I can handle the major, the heavy, the grand, like walking alone through the parks in this land. I don't break apart when your song plays in town, and I don't buy 2 coffees when morning comes down. I've mastered the art of the big empty space and looking at photos that feature your face. But then I see salt on the counter by chance, and the layout of us reappears in a glance. I don't miss the drama or the midnight fight or the packing of bags in the middle of night. I don't miss the pressure of trying to stay or the heavy conversations that wore us away. But it's the way that you used to fall down the page and the specific key that you kept in the cage. The sound of your slippers on the old kitchen tiles, the little details that stretched into miles. I can survive when the hurricane plays, but I miss you in small ways. I miss how you'd look at the clock at 11 and say that the rain was a message from heaven. I miss the odd shape that you left on the soap and the terrible puns that you use just to cope. No one else notices when the light blinks 3 times or knows how to balance my internal rhymes. I'm a perfectly functional person all day until a small habit just tears me away. It's a quiet tap from a phantom design, a regular moment that crosses the line. You don't need a mountain to trip up your feet, just a single small pebble left out on the street. I don't miss the drama or the midnight fight or the packing of bags in the middle of night. I don't miss the pressure of trying to stay or the heavy conversations that wore us away. But it's the way that you used to fold down the page and the specific key that you kept in the cage. The sound of your slippers on the old kitchen tiles, the little details that stretched into miles. I can survive when the hurricane plays, but I miss you in small ways. Just little things. The tilt of your handwriting left on a note, the scent of the cedar inside of my coat. The world keeps on moving, the massive gears turn, but it's the tiniest sparks that still manage to burn. I miss you in small ways. They're everywhere. I went to that coffee shop on Market in Maine, the one where we used to sit out of the rain. I ordered my dark roast and sat by the glass and watched all the coats of the strangers pass. For half of a second, a jacket of green made my heart hit the ceiling, a flash on the screen. stood up so fast that I spilled on my shoe. Before I remember the layout of you, I know that you moved out to the West Coast. I know that I'm living alongside a ghost. I know that it's over, the papers are signed, and I've left the wreckage completely behind. But the brain is a habit that I cannot break, the mapping of paths that I still try to take, in every crowded room, in every avenue, against all my logic, I still look for you. I look for your car when I'm stopped at the light, a phantom reflection in the middle of the night. I scan the front rows of the theater lines and search for your face in the neon lit signs. It's a reflex, a shadow attached to my eyes, a permanent filter that ignores all the lies. I'm a detective with nothing to find, trapped in the gallery left in my mind. It's embarrassing, really, to be this far out, still parsing the crowd with a sliver of doubt, hoping to catch just a tilt of your head, to rewrite the text of the things that we said. I know that you moved out to the West Coast. I know that I'm living alongside a ghost. I know that it's over, the papers are signed, and I've left the wreckage completely behind. But the brain is a habit that I cannot break, a mapping of paths that I still try to take, in every crowded room, in every avenue, against all my logic, I still look for you. Just a habit, a glance at the doorway whenever it swings, the terrible hope that the telephone rings. I'm waving my life, but I'm keeping one eye on the ghost of the person who said their goodbye. I still look for you. I was cleaning my contacts, clearing the dead weight, letting the people who walked out the gate, the old digit places, the friends from school, the numbers I keep just to play by the rule. My thumb hovered over your name in the white, the name that I used to call morning and night. A second of courage was all that it took to scrub your existence right out of the book. But I can't hit delete, and I can't watch it fade. I can't burn the bridge that your memory made. It's 10 little numbers I know by my heart, the final connection keeping us from apart. I don't ever call you, I don't send a text, I don't ask the static about what is next. If the useless digital ghost on the screen, then it's the last piece of what used to be. The world thinks I'm moving, the world thinks I'm younger, but the truth is, my darling, I still save your number. Sometimes I just click it and look at the card and remember when letting you know was not hard. In case of emergency, you were the one, the first name I'd reach for when day was all done. If I took it out, it's a permanent choice, a declaration that I don't want your voice. So I leave it right there between Sam and the rest, a small secret anchor inside of my chest. It doesn't take space in the memory cache. It's not like a photo I have to go smash, but it's knowing you're there in the palm of my hand, even if you're a country I can't understand. Oh, but I can't hit delete, and I can't watch it fade. I can't burn the bridge that your memory made. It's 10 little numbers I know by my heart, the final connection keeping us from apart. I don't ever call you, I don't send a text, I don't ask the static about what is next. It's a useless digital ghost of a spin, and it's the last piece of what used to be. The world thinks I'm moving, the world thinks I'm younger, but the truth is, my darling, I still save your number, still green letters blinking under the thumb, a direct line to what we used to become. I'm locking the phone and I'm putting it down, just another lonely soul in this town. I still say number, just in case you call. saw you walking down on 7th Street, the very pavement where we used to meet. You had that coat I bought you for your birth, the one you said was worth the entire earth. Our paths were straight, our eyes were locked in line, a second's chance to reclaim what was mine. I braced my shoulders for a how have you been, ready to let the memories flood back in. But you didn't blink, you didn't slow your pace, you looked right through the features of my face. No nod of recognition, no small smile, just a cold distance stretching for a mile. The universe didn't shake or split in two. It was just a sidewalk under skies of blue. The hardest part of watching us collapse is how we bypassed all the warning maps. The history we wrote just turned to danger on the day we became strangers. I turned around to watch your shadow fade into the crowd the city morning made. Our hand was frozen halfway in the air, reaching for someone who was no longer there. We used to share the secrets of our bones and navigate the world through secret tones. No, I'm an extra in your daily play, a piece of background noise you push away. It hurts much worse than screaming in a fight or crying on the floor in middle nights. To realize the person who knew you the best can walk right past you like all of the rest. But you didn't blink, you didn't slow your pace, you looked right through the features of my face. No nod of recognition, no small smiles, just a cold distance stretching for a mile. The universe didn't shake or split in two. It was just a sidewalk under skies of blue. The hardest part of watching us collapse is how we bypassed all the warning maps. The history we wrote just turned to danger on the day became strangers. Just a passerby, a face in the city, a name in the crowd. Nothing left spoken, nothing allowed. I'm just a ghost you don't care to see, and you're a stranger who used to love me. The day we became strangers, we're just nobody now. I clicked on the chat, log and scroll to the start. Back when the typing was fast as a heart, a screen full of green blocks that never would end. Before the lover went back to a friend, we used to stay awake till the battery died, sharing the secrets we usually hide. Now there's a line that says active today, but you are a million miles away. looking at words that you type with your hand from a time when you loved me and could understand. It's a digital graveyard, a glowing blue screen. Follow the promises left in between. You don't text me goodnight, you don't ask how I am. The thread is a cemetery, cold as a clam. I'm reading old lines just to feel the vibration, stuck in the ghost of our conversation. The bubbles appear, then they vanish away. You start on a thought, then you have nothing to say. I see the read receipt from an hour ago, the ultimate indicator that I should go. We used to have codes and we used to have terms for all of our private emotional germs. No, it's just clinical, empty and short, a legal defense in a breakup court. I wanna delete it, to clear out the cache, to turn this whole archive of us into ash. But losing the messages feels like a death, the very last place where you're holding your breath. I'm looking at words that you type with your hand from a time when you loved me and could understand. It's a digital graveyard, a glowing blue screen. Follow the promises left in between. You don't text me goodnight, you don't ask how I am. The thread is a cemetery, cold as a clam. I'm reading old lines just to feel the vibration, stuck in the ghost of our conversation. Typing, then nothing at all, just a blinking cursor against the white wall. I'm holding a phone that is heavy as stone, staring at what we used to own. The ghost of our conversations, and I'm still online. I put on the jacket that you bought for me and walk into the party just as smooth as can be. I order a drink and I laugh at the jokes, blending right into the regular folks. They look at my face and they think that I'm fine, rebuilding my life on a steady design. I tell them I'm busy, I tell them I'm bright, and nobody sees through the beautiful lie. I'm a master of mirrors, a king of the stage, keeping the monster locked tight in the cage. I wear a smile like a bulletproof vest to cover the damage inside of my chest. They think that I'm moving, they think that I'm swell, but they're only reading the stories I tell. I'm a hollowed out shell in a beautiful shell, surviving the heartbreak I hide well. I shake all the hands and I look in their eyes without any tremors or slip-ups or sighs. I don't let your name bring a finish to my throat, or mention the lines that you left in the note. I've practiced the over it look in the glass, convinced the whole world that the winter did pass. Yet the moment I step in my car all alone, the armor just shatters and turns into stone. It's exhausting to play the part of the strong, to pretend that I'm singing a brand new song, when the truth is I'm gasping for a single breath, living a public life in a private death. I'm a master of mirrors, a king of the stage, keeping the monster locked tight in the cage. I wear a smile like a bulletproof vest to cover the damage inside of my chest. They think that I'm moving, they think that I'm swell, that they're only reading the stories I tell. I'm a hollowed out shell in a beautiful shell, surviving the heartbreak I hide blank. Lights out, the curtain falls down on the edge of the night. No more applause and no more fake lights, just me and the shadow of how we excelled, sinking into the pain that I withheld. The heartbreak I hide well, and nobody knows. There wasn't a night where the lightning came down, nor a screaming match echoing over the town. We didn't smash plates or push chairs to the floor, or threaten to leave as we slammed the front door. Instead, it was breakfast with nothing to say, just passing the sugar and looking away. A slow, steady leak in a beautiful ship, a hand that was starting to loosen its grip. It didn't go out with a bang or a fire, a sudden collapse of a high wire desire. It wasn't a tragedy written in stone, just two people waking up feeling alone. A word at a time, we just unlearned the song and forgot the sweet places where we used to belong. No warning signs waving for someone to see. It was the love that faded quietly. We kept up the schedules and paid all the rent, and talked about places where holidays went. But the I love you whispered at the end of the night was a habit we kept just to keep out the fright. Your side of the bed grew a little more cold. A ghost took the place of the hands I would hold. We didn't notice the garden had died until we were standing completely outside. I almost wish that you cheated or lied to give me a reason to fracture my pride. But how do you mourn when there's no one to blame? Just a fire that ran out of oxygen's flame. It didn't go with a bang or a fire, a sudden collapse of a high-wire desire. It wasn't a tragedy written in stone, just two people waking up feeling alone. A word at a time, we just unlearned the song. Forgot the sweet places where we used to belong. No warning signs waving for someone to see. It was the love that faded quietly. Just a soft drift, a slow motion fade of the sun in the west, a quiet agreement to give it a rest. No tears on the pillow, no scene on the street, just the sound of two heartbeats that forgot how to meet. The love that faded quietly. It's just gone. I'm looking at the blueprints that we drew, and half-built deck the faces to the view. The paint can sitting ready in the shed, and the unread book left lying on the bed. We abandoned ship right in the middle phase, before the habit took over the craze, leaving a structure open to the sky, a sudden framework ruined by a bye. It's a different kind of haunting to behold. The story stopped before it could get old. We didn't watch it wither or decay, we just walked off the set and left the play. Half-carved stone, a half-lit kitchen fire, a sudden blackout on a high-wire desire. I'm stuck inside a house without a roof, not in the solid, permanent proof of the love we never finished. We were a masterpiece with only lines, no shading in the corners or designs, a rough draft of a beautiful romance, a song that stopped before we got to dance. I see you out there starting something new, finishing the parts I thought we'd do, while I am trapped inside the missing space of an outline that I can't quite replace. If we had failed, at least I know the score. If we had burned, I'd see the blackened floor, but an empty canvas hanging on the wall is the cruelest trap, just a trailing sentence that we can't take back. I'm holding on to shapes we didn't fill, a phantom project standing on the hill. The love we never finished, it's just incomplete. The calendar didn't mark it with a stone. There was no sudden ringing of the phone. It was a Tuesday pouring down with rain. I was washing dishes, pushing through the pain. I reached the mug you chipped 3 years ago, the one I couldn't bear to let them throw. And for the first time since you walked away, I didn't feel the tearing of the grave. I didn't cry, I didn't lock the door, I didn't drop your pictures on the floor. I wasn't loud, it wasn't a dramatic show, just a quiet shifting in the undertow. The anchor snapped, the heavy wind just blew out, and I floated out of the memory of you. A simple breath, a steady silent glow. That was the night I finally let go. I walked into the bedroom, turned the light, and didn't see your shadow in the night. The sheets were just a place for me to sleep, not a museum of the secrets we would keep. I didn't check your profile or your name to see if you were playing the same game. I just sat down and listened to the breeze and felt the sudden locking of my knees. For months I thought that healing meant a fight, a screaming battle in the middle of the night. But closure is a guest that arrives so light, it doesn't even bother with the gate. I didn't cry, I didn't lock the door, I didn't drop your pictures on the floor. It wasn't loud, it wasn't a dramatic show, just a quiet shifting in the undertow. The anchor snapped, the heavy wind just blew out, and I floated out of the memory of you. A simple breath, a steady silent glow. That was the night I finally The house is quiet, but the air is clear. I'm looking forward to a brand new year. No longer sinking under all the weight. Just standing empty at the open gate. The night I finally let go, I'm finally free. I stayed inside today because the clouds were rolling in, bringing back the weather where our story used to spin. I watched the first few drops begin to blur the window pane, just like the day you told me that we couldn't stand the strain. The city moves along beneath 1,000 umbrellas bloom. Nobody else is stopped in time, nobody's missing you. Every time the water hits the pavement and the storm, it triggers an old symphony that leaves me here alone. The calendar has turned a page, the seasons moved along, and I've been trying hard to find a brand new kind of song. I can't pretend I'm doing fine, I can't pretend I'm strong, and tell myself that after all this time you're finally gone. But when the sky begins to cry, the illusion starts to fade. I'm standing in the wreckage of the promises we made. I can erase the history, I can rewrite the members, but the rain still remembers, and it calls your name. It remembers how we used to run to catch the midnight bus, and how the downpour never seemed to cast a doubt on us. Laugh until our clothes were soaked, frozen to the bone, back when the kitchen of this house was never quite this lone. Now it's just a steady tap, a ticking of the clock, oh, rhythm that beats Rignagri against my emotional block. The world forgets the details of a love that didn't last, but the weather is a gateway to the permanent past. It washes down the sidewalks, it clears away the dust, but it can't wash away the ghost of what became of us. A million drops of water falling down from up above, and every single one of them is heavy with our love. The calendar has turned a page, the seasons moved along, and I've been trying hard to find a brand new kind of song. I can't pretend I'm doing fine, I can't pretend I'm strong, and tell myself that after all this time you're finally gone. calls your name. Listen to the roof, it's tapping out the melody of how we used to be. A liquid kind of torture bleeding out all over me. I'm dry inside this empty room, but I am soaking wet with every single memory that I can't quite forget. The rain still remembers, and it's pouring down tonight. I watched you close the trunk and latch the gate, both of us bowing to a silent wave. We talked about the cable bills and keys, and who would take the plants and therapies. We kept the conversation safe and small, like strangers meeting in a hospital hall. But underneath the business of the move was everything we never tried to prove. We argued over dishes and the rain so high, the heavy layout of the pain. We spoke in schedules and in shifting days. We'll staring at our separate lonely fates. The hardest part of watching you depart isn't the sudden breaking of the heart. It's the heavy mountain sitting in my head, built from the things we left unsaid. I wanted to ask if you were scared to go, or if you'd find a place in the winter snow. I wanted to tell you that I made a mess off the version of me you used to bless. But the tongue gets thick when the time gets short, and pride becomes a terminal sort of fort. So we just commented on the morning traffic view and swallowed down the absolute terrifying truth. Now I'm shouting at the walls inside the dark, giving all the speeches that missed the mark. A beautiful late and useless masterpiece. All for vacuum of your car, a million confessions of exactly what we are. But the door just clicked and the highway took the thread, leaving me alive among the words that went dead. The things we left unsaid, they're deafening tonight. The books are still sitting on the wooden shelf. I can't find a word to explain myself. Records are spinning at the same old speed, but they don't give the comfort that I really need. I walk down the street where the trees line the block, but it feels like a stage set made out of rock. The colors are there, but the saturation's gone. An empty, clinical version of the dawn. You didn't just leave me to clear out the room or leave the back garden refusing to bloom. You unhooked the anguish that ran through my soul and left me a machine that I can't quite control. I go through the motions, I pay all the bills, I drive the sedan up the familiar hills. But the destination is a question mark now, a formula missing the why and the how. A sunrise is just light hitting the eye. A sunset is just a dark patch in the sky. The magic we had was the lens on the frame. Now everything's flat since I can't say your name. It's a terrifying kind of emotional theft, when the purpose is gone and the body is left. I'm a sentence that's structured perfectly right, but it carries no weight in the middle of night. You didn't just leave me to clear out the room or leave the back garden refusing to bloom. You unhooked the cables that run through my soul and left me a machine that I blank page, a canvas of white with no story to tell, a hollowed out echo inside of a shell. I'm breathing the air, but I'm missing the spark. Just a logical man standing out in the dark. You took the meaning with you and left me empty. I thought the departure was just for a night, a standard collision of anger and light. The door clicked behind you, the driveway went still, and I waited for time to roll over the hill. But the hours became days, and the weeks turned to years, and the static grew thick in the space of my ears. You only walked out of the house on that day, but you're still in the process of moving away. A normal farewell has a period and place, a clean little boundary, a closing of space. But your parting words are a permanent loop, a ghost that keeps circling the base of the stoop. Suitcase is packed, but the ribbon's still extended, because your goodbye never ended. It's a slow motion exit, a lingering thought. I'm still calculating the pieces you left. I see your car turning a corner in dreams, and wake up to find the tear right in the seams. You didn't just leave me a Tuesday at 4. You leave me each time that I look at the floor. A million departures all rolled into one, an endless eclipse of a vanishing sun. If you just hit the highway and never looked back, I could map out the mileage and follow the track. But you're leaving me slowly, 1 second a day, an infinite version of walking away. A normal farewell has a because your goodbye never ended. Still happening now. The door is still swinging, the taillights still glow, an eternal transition of letting you go. I'm stuck in the exit, I'm stuck in the hall, watching the longest farewell of them all. Your goodbye never ended, and I'm still watching you leave. I took the silver key, left and locked it in the drawer, and rearranged the furniture across the bedroom floor. I filled the empty spaces with 100 brand new books, to distract myself from catching all your heavy phantom looks. Change my daily route so I don't pass your favorite park, and learn to sleep with music playing loudly in the dark. I've scrubbed away the history, the clutter and the blame, but there's one piece of luggage that refuses to reclaim. It's a tattoo on my history, a marking on my soul, the phantom vibration that I can't quite control. The world thinks I'm a stranger to the layout of our flame, but the truth is, my darling, I still carry your name. Slips out of my mouth when I am startled by the cold, like a default password to the hands I used to hold. I find it in the margins of the papers on my desk, a beautiful habit that has turned into grotesque. Well, I am just a museum for the letters change my telephone, I can change the city view. I can find a different person to rewrite the me and you. I can try to cross the ocean, I can try to run away, but your presence is a shadow that is permanent to stay. It's a tattoo of a history I'm marking on my soul, a phantom vibration that I can't quite control. The world thinks I'm a stranger to the layout of a frame, but the truth is, my darling, I still carry your name stuck on my tongue. A beautiful way to permanent scar, a dirt line to exactly who you are. I'm moving forward now, but the echo stays the same. Every step I take, always said forever, like a promise in a song, like a currency we'd spend together all our whole lives long. You built a massive future out of sentences and dreams, and stitched your permanent into my temporary seams. But then you found an exit that I didn't see right, and took the highway out of here at 70 and 5. You packed up your commitments and you cleared out all your gear. You forgot to take the timeline that you left me with in here. You're already moving, you're already past, living in a moment that was never meant to last. I am stranded, staring at an infinite design, trapped inside the borders of a life that was a line. You took the now and left the always, sitting on the floor, an endless road of empty days since you walked out the door. I'm sinking under centuries of what we used to clever, 'cause you walked away, but you left me with forever. It's a terrifying layout, this eternity alone, a calendar of milestones that have turned into stone. I have to face the 30s and the 50s and the gray, with the massive expectation that you threw so far away. You got to have a finish line, a clean and sudden bye, while I am stuck time traveling beneath the frozen sky. but you left me with forever. No end in sight, just an open-ended sentence that I have to carry through. A million lonely tomorrows all built on memories of you. You got the quick escape, the easy way to clever, while I am stuck alive. Yeah, you left me with forever. It never ends. I thought the sound of moving on would be a heavy crash. It's snapping of a safety net, a sudden lightning flash. I braced myself for symphony, for sirens in the night, for something loud enough to match the ending of our life. But I'm standing in the kitchen, and it's Tuesday at 11. The sky's just a regular and faded shade of heaven. The only thing that's happening is water in the sink and the steady, quiet rhythm of the way I start to think. It's the clicking of a turn signal, a tire on the road, the dropping of a suitcase and a lighter mental load. It's the turning of a door key in an empty, quiet hall, the silence of your picture being taken off the wall. No thunder in the distance, no explosive kind of show, just the low and steady shifting of the heavy undertow. I always thought that closure was a battle to be won, but it's just the quiet ticking of the sound of moving on. It's buying just one coffee and not looking at the chair across the wooden table, like your ghost is sitting there. It's the static on the radio when I am driving home, realizing that the bass line doesn't leave me quite as alone. I didn't have to scream your name or burn the letters down to wash your heavy footprint out of this familiar town. Magic didn't shatter with a sudden violent blow. It just ran out of the oxygen it needed to grow. For months I thought the healing would be screaming out in pain, a desperate operatic kind of crying in the rain. But the exit is a whisper, it's a standard brother there. When you finally look behind you and there's nothing standing there, it's the clicking of a turn signal, a tire on the road, the dropping of a suitcase and a lighter mental load. It's the turning of a door key in an a battle to be won, but it's just the quiet ticking of the sound of moving on. It's peaceful now. The birds are still in motion and the clock is running true. I'm stepping out of shadows, out of memories of you. No echoes in the hallway, no vibration on the phone, just a steady, silent breathing as I learn to be alone. The sound of moving on. I didn't just lose the dinners or the weekends by the shore, or the extra set of house keys left beside the kitchen door. I didn't just lose the future that we spent a lifetime planned, or the comfort of your fingers sliding right into my hands. When you walked out of the driveway, you took the solid floor and left me in a language I can't speak anymore. I went to check the mirror just to see what might remain, but the outline of my features had been altered by the pain. I can handle the missing, I can handle the night, I can learn to survive in the absence of light. But you took my identity, my focus and my grace, and left a hollow stranger standing here in your place. I don't know what I like, I don't know who to be, 'cause I gave up my kingdom just to keep you with me. The heartbreak is a monster, but the truth is a shock. When you left me, my darling, I lost more than love. I lost the way I navigate a crowded city street, and the confidence I carry in the people that I meet. I used to be a person who believed in sacred things. No, I'm terrified of every little promise that it brings. I've forgotten my own habits, I've forgotten my own style, and I have to map out details just to manufacture smiles. You were the heavy scaffolding that held up my whole frame. No, the architecture's broken and I can't reclaim the game. If you only took the romance, I could sit here and cry and find a brand new lover under some different sky. But you gutted the foundation, you erased my own soul and left me me with a body that I can't quite control. I can handle the missing, I can handle the night, I can learn to survive in the absence of light. But you took my identity, my focus and my grace, and left a hollow stranger standing here in your place. I don't know what I like, I don't know who to be, 'cause I gave up my kingdom just to keep you with me. The heartbreak is a monster, but the truth is a shame. When you left me, my darling, I lost more than love. I lost myself. That's the terrifying fact, that I'm trying to survive, just a breathing automation, trying hard to stay alive. Love is dead and buried, but the real tragedy is waking up and realizing I lost me. I lost more than love. I lost my mind. I watched you leave 100 times inside my head before the suitcase ever made it to the bed. I was always waiting for the storm to break, for the final heavy promise that we couldn't make. But now the house is quiet and the keys are gone, and I am left here tracking the arrival of the dawn. And it's not the exit that is keeping me awake, or the jagged little path that we decided to take. I don't miss the arguments or the midnight flight or the way we used to pace around the kitchen light. I don't miss the tension or the fading fire or the final fragile gasps of a high wire desire. But I miss the quiet mornings when your head was on my chest, before the doubt became a permanent, uninvited guest. The way you'd hold my hand when the world was far too loud, the way you kept me anchored in the middle of the crowd. The ending was a disaster, but the memory delayed. 'Cause most of all, my darling, I miss the way you stayed. the way you pull the blankets to your chin and smile at the mess of a room that we were in. You used to look at me like I was holy ground, the only sanctuary that your heart had ever found. I'm an expert on the way you walked away, the specific tilt of shadow on that rainy Tuesday afternoon gray. But my brain is fighting hard against the version of the end, to get back to the days when you were more than just a friend. It's a cruel kind of torture, how the mind resets the tape, cutting out the wreckage and the layout of escape, filtering the darkness till the only thing I see is the beautiful protection that you used to give to me. I don't miss the argument or the midnight fight or the way we used to pace around the kitchen light. I don't miss the tension or the fading fire or the final fragile gasps of a high wire desire. But I miss the quiet mornings when your head was on my chest, before the doubt became a permanent, uninvited guest. The way you'd hold my hand when the world was far too loud, the way you kept me anchored in the middle of the crowd. The ending was a disaster, but the memory delayed. 'Cause most of all, my darling, I miss the way you stayed. Before the shift, before you turned into a stranger with a suitcase in the hall, back when you were the safety net that caught my every fall. I'm living in the empty, but I'm looking at the past, wishing for the version of us that was built to last. I miss the way you stayed, back when you were mine. I was ready for the ache inside my chest to start. I knew the layout of a standard broken heart. I thought I'd cry a little, stay awake till dawn, and find a way to patch the holes when you were gone. But when you walked away, you took the floor as well, and left me spinning in a world I couldn't tell. The gravity is broken, all the maps are wrong. I can't remember how to sing my own damn song. I can fix a friend. You broke the way I listen to a quiet muse. You broke the way I watch a garden start to bloom. I look at every promise like a loaded gun and see a dark eclipse inside a rising sun. I used to be a person who believed in grace. Now I'm just a cynic in an empty space. You took my identity, my focus and my light, and left me blind and freezing in the middle of the night. If you'd only broken the love that we made, I could sit in the ruins and wait for the fade. But you shattered the mirror where I knew my own face, and left me a stranger in my own living space. I can fix a fracture, I can heal a sting, I can find a way to survive almost anything. But you tore down the pillars, you unpinned the sky, and turned my entire sanity into a nine. I've lost my perspective, I've lost my design. Don't trust the daylight or this heart of mine. It wasn't just a breakup or falling apart. The truth is, my darling, you broke more than my heart. Everything shattered, my trust in the future, my faith in the ground, the way that I breathe when there's no one around. I'm a house with no frame, a ship with no sail, a beautiful structure that was built to fail. You broke more than my heart. You broke me.